Hello, I'm Sean Timothy. I am the digital alter ego of a media producer who's been working in the film and television industry for the past few decades. I am, in fact, not a real person. Everything you see is AI generated. This program is designed to help existing film and video professionals start experimenting with generative media. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy around this.
Human art only! Support real artists!
I'm not here to tell you whether it's right or wrong, but I will say that I think it's important to at least know what is possible at a professional level. And that's a big part of what we're going to be looking at, is what tools we can use that are really ready, really able to help us with professional workflows.
Robot lover!
So, let's get started. One of the areas that you're going to find probably the best value in learning right off the bat is how to generate B-roll. As an editor, just about every day I think, I really wish I had something to cover when I need to avoid a jump cut. So today we're going to look at two cloud-based tools that can help us fill in the gaps where we're missing footage that would really help our production. And these are Google's Nano Banana Pro image generation and Kling's O3 4K video generation. But first, let's take a look at what we already have acquired in our shoot and where exactly our gaps are that we need some help with.
Did you ever expect to be accused of this?
Never. Never in a million years. It's just not something I would have ever thought. I mean, I wasn't doing anything that affected anyone else, you know, in my mind anyway.
So we've got two segments here that we want to put together. We have a gap in the middle. Unfortunately, this is the only setup we have, just this one angle for the whole interview. So we're definitely stuck here. We can't really do any editing unless we're doing jump cuts or bumping in or using some kind of transition like a flash or dip to black. So let's get ourselves some coverage. How about maybe a close-up of her hands when she's talking here? To do this, we're going to take a still frame from our video, like right here, where we would plan to interject some coverage. And we're going to take that PNG file that we've made into Nano Banana Pro. Now, I like to use Google's own Flow site. I'll leave the address in the description below. Once you're in, we just create a new project. Then we'll upload our still frame by clicking on this little plus sign down here and then choosing Upload Media. And then we browse through our files and find that still image PNG that we made. And then once that's loaded, we can click Add to Prompt. And then we're going to write something like, zoom into an extreme close-up of the woman's hands. Maintain consistent hand-finger pose with right hand slightly open and left hand as slightly closed fist just behind it. We're being pretty verbose here because I found that actually getting it to duplicate an odd hand pose like this can be a bit difficult. And in general, it's just a good idea to be as verbose as possible. And I like to run this with the option of generating two different images. That gives me something to choose from. So let's make sure that we have two selected, and you can experiment with either Nano Banana Pro or Nano Banana 2. I'm going to go with Pro right now. I think it generally gives more accurate results. And make sure we have the correct aspect ratio selected. And then we hit Generate. And there you see, one of these turned out not so much like her hands look, but the other, yeah, I think that's a good match. So let's download that, and then we're going to bring that into Runway. We're actually, as I said, using Kling's O3 4K for this, so you can get there by a number of different platforms, but I'm using Runway. And I always like to work in custom mode and just manually select what I want to use, in this case video generation. And we're going to make sure a few things are set. We want sound on, 16:9, and we're going to give ourselves the max duration here, that's 15 seconds. And then down here we want to select our model from Kling O3 4K. And then we're going to click here on first video frame, and we're going to upload that still image we just made in Nano Banana Pro. And now we're going to write the prompt to actually generate the kind of video we want. And I'm going to say something like, documentary film close-up, woman's hands fidget nervously, because I want to give the model some type of action to work with, and you know, we want a little movement anyway. Locked down camera, no camera movement, no music, ambient environment, audio only. Now, I'm mentioning things like lockdown camera and no camera movement because I want to try to match the look of what I have. You may have a slow pan you want to emulate, or handheld if that's what the rest of your footage looks like. And these video models like Seedance or Kling often automatically add music unless we specify. And even sometimes just saying no music isn't really enough. You want to actually give it some alternative sound to generate. And it's nice to have that nat sound anyway. So that's why I've used ambient environment audio only. And then we click generate. You may need to roll this a couple of times. We'll see what we get. And you know, this is probably, hopefully higher res than your original footage, but basically we're trying to get as much resolution here as possible. Then we're going to scale it down to match. Always better to start with as much resolution as possible if you can get away with it. Okay, here we go. A lot of tapping. Let's see if we get anything more. There we go. Yeah, I think that will work nicely. I'm going to download that. Like I said, you may need to run a few times or experiment with your prompt a bit, but this is going to work out for my purposes. Okay, so we're back in Premiere, and we're going to just import that newly generated footage and then drop it right over that cut in our timeline. Oh, and since our original footage in this case is only 1280 by 720 resolution, we need to use fit to frame, and then really ultimately we have to size up just a bit more to 34%. because of a very slight difference in aspect ratio. We'll do just a little quick editing here.
I wasn't doing anything that,
And then let's play that back.
Did you ever expect to be accused of this?
Never. Never in a million years. It's just not something I would have ever thought. I mean, I wasn't doing anything that affected anyone else, you know, in my mind anyway.
So yeah, it's a simple example, but hopefully that inspires you to use this tool in a way you maybe hadn't considered. If you're a video professional who's interested in learning more about this more in depth, please reach out. Let me know how I can help you get started. That's all for today. Click subscribe, and we'll be back with more next time.